Credit. Exciting or stress-inducing? Does it make you picture yourself going on free trips all over the world paid for in points? Or drowning under mountains of debt that keep adding up every month? Love it or hate it, credit is an essential part of living in our world today. How's it going, y'all? Aldrin here. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the 5 best credit cards that get you started if you got little or no credit. First of all, let's break it down. Credit refers to the person's ability to borrow money with a promise of repaying it in the future. This can include things like loans, credit cards, mortgages, and lines of credit. Usually, when a lender, like a bank, lets you borrow their money, you have to pay it back however much you initially borrowed, aka the principal, from them plus interest, which is the cost of being able to borrow the bank's money, and is typically a percentage of the borrowed amount. Establishing credit refers to the process of building a credit history and a credit score by using your credit responsibly. The better your credit is, the more likely lenders will view you as less risky and be willing to offer you lower interest rates. A good credit score is also extremely important when you apply for loans and even when you rent an apartment. Let's look at a simple example. Let's say you want to take out a loan for $50,000 to buy a new car, and the bank offers you 2 loans with 2 different interest rates, but both you have to pay back in 5 years. In loan A, the interest rate is 4%, and in loan B, the interest rate is 7%. Now let's calculate the total interest paid over the life of each loan. In loan A, the total interest would be $10,000 over 5 years. In loan B, the total interest would be $17,500 over 5 years. So if you were to go to loan B over A, you'd pay an additional $7,500 in interest over that 5-year term, even though the rate difference is only 3%. In the real world, the actual savings would depend on a variety of factors like compounding frequency, payment schedule, and any additional fees, but the fundamentals are the same. A lower interest rate is more advantageous for you as a borrower because it results in more money you can keep in your pocket. So first on this list is one of the newest cards on the market, the Chase Freedom Rise. This card is specifically designed for people new to credit like students and younger adults. Freedom Rise has no annual fee and earns 1.5% cash back on all purchases. If you enroll in AutoPay within the first 3 months of opening your account, you'll earn a $25 statement credit. And if you already have a checking account with Chase with at least $250, you can boost your chance of getting approved. Some beginner cards come with high fees to offset the bank's risk, but not the Freedom Rise, so that means you can start building credit without considering additional costs. This doesn't mean you won't get charged if you keep a running balance or pay late, so make sure you pay off your monthly balance on time whenever possible. The biggest plus, in my opinion, is that this also introduces you to the Chase family of cards, so you can start building a relationship with Chase early on and improve your chances of getting approved later on down the road for the higher tier cards, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve. If you're a college student looking for perks, you're in luck because number 2 is exclusive to students. The Capital One Savor One student card earns you unlimited 3% cash back on grocery stores, restaurants, cafes, bars, and lounges, all of which you can probably find within a 1-mile radius of a college campus. Entertainment like going to the movies, and even streaming services like Netflix and Hulu. There is no annual fee, and as an added bonus, you can get $50 in cash after spending $100 within the first 3 months. It also comes with a free Uber One membership and 10% back on Uber and Uber Eats through November 2024, which can be another source of potential savings if you like to use Uber frequently. Overall, great card to have if you're living the student life, and it gives you a taste of those sweet, sweet perks that come with using credit responsibly. Number 3 on this list is the It's Secured from Discover. This is a secured card, which is a type of credit card that's backed by a cash deposit provided by the cardholder. So unlike a traditional unsecured credit card, where the credit limit is determined by the issuer based on the cardholder's credit, a secured credit card requires an upfront security deposit, which then becomes the card's credit limit. Now before you say, $200, that's nothing, I spend more than that every month? And yeah, that's the whole point. Secured cards are often recommended for people with limited or poor credit histories and those with bad credit. This prevents you from overspending and forces you to limit yourself to an amount you can more easily pay back every month, so you can show creditors good behavior and work your way towards a better credit score. That being said, after 6 to 7 months, you can be considered for an upgrade to a regular unsecured card and get your deposit back. Out of all the secured cards on the market right now, the Discover It's Secured is currently the top. For no annual fee, earns 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants up to $1,000 each quarter, 1% cash back on everything else, and plus, as a welcome bonus, Discover will match all the cash back you've accumulated at the end of your first year. Basically, you'll double all the points you've earned. If you don't mind the low limit, this can be a great way to dip your toe into managing credit without being tempted to spend more than you afford, while also earning reward at the same time. And rounding out this list at number 4 is from a lesser known lender, the Pedal 2 Visa by WebBank. Pedal 2 prides itself as having no fees whatsoever, and it's not just annual fees or foreign transaction fees. This card doesn't even charge fees for late payments and for going over your limit. Neither of which you should do anyway, since late payments do impact your credit score negatively, but it's good to have that peace of mind of not having to pay extra. Plus, it's a great alternative to secured cards for new consumers since there are no deposits to get started. At the same time, you can still earn rewards, 1% cash back on all purchases, which goes up to 1.5% after 12 months, and 2 to 10% cash back at certain stores, which they have listed on their website. Other than not having a sign-up bonus, the Petal 2 is a solid option if you're a beginner, since you don't need a credit score or history to qualify, and not having any kinds of fees makes it slightly more forgiving if you make a mistake. Before applying for any credit card, remember to carefully review the terms and conditions, fees, and features and decide if they align with your financial goals and spending habits. And always consider how you'll be able to pay off the balance in full each month to avoid high interest charges. So, using a credit card for the first time can be a huge step in opening up future opportunities like saving thousands on a new car or hundreds of thousands on a new home. But just as it comes with the great upsides, the downsides can be just as bad, if not worse, if you don't use credit responsibly. But what do you think? Is it really worth it to go on this credit journey that everybody keeps talking about and have to figure out if it's a good idea to charge every purchase or not? Or should we just use our debit cards for the rest of our lives and never buy something unless we already have the funds to pay for it? If you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more finance content, and tell me in the comments if this was helpful and what questions you have. See you in the next one.